Good morning, students. In the last session, we have discussed about classification of nitrogen containing compounds. Now, I am going to discuss about nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbons. Usually, nitrohydrocarbons are named by using IUPAC rules. So here I am not only concentrating on IUPAC nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbons, but I am also concentrating on remaining functional groups which you have studied in your earlier classes. That means in your first BSc and in your second BSc, you have studied about different functional groups. Here I am also give the rules of all the functional groups. Why we require a specific and systematic nomenclature to give names to the organic compounds. In universe, we have several millions of organic compounds. In universe, we have several millions of organic compounds, each having its individual structural characteristics. So it is not possible to give a common name or tribal name. So to give the name of each individual compound, it requires a specific and systematic nomenclature, and it proposed by IUPAC in 1892, and it is revised and updated in a regular intervals. If you have to assign a name, or if you have to give a name to any organic compound, just you have to remember one tabular column and few points, then you can give the name to any organic compound. Let us discuss. Here the formula is secondary prefix plus primary prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. So now we discuss each one. Here root word. So what is meant by root word and what it tells? So root word tells about number of carbons in the parent chain. Root word tells about number of carbons in the parent chain. For example, the parent chain having only one carbon atom, then you can write meat. If the parent chain having two carbons, then you can write eat. If the parent chain having three carbons, then you can write probe. If the parent chain having four carbons, then you can write bute. With the 5 carbons, then you can write pent. For 6 carbons, you can write hex. For 7 carbons, you can write hept. For 8 carbons, you can write arc. For 9 carbons, you can write non. For 10 carbons, you can write dec. For 11 carbons, you can write undecane. That means undec. For 12 carbons, you can write dodec. For 13 carbons, you can write tridec. For 20 carbons, you can write icos. For 30 carbons, you can write tricon. For 40 carbons, tetracon. For 50 carbons, pentacon. For 90 carbons, nonacon. For 100 carbons, hect. So this is about root word. So root word tells about number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. So now I am moving to primary suffix. So primary suffix tells about whether the compound is saturated or unsaturated. Whether the compound is saturated or unsaturated. What is mean by saturation and unsaturation? Here unsaturation means the multiple bond is present in between carbon and carbon then it is treated as an unsaturation. If the single bonds are present in between carbon and carbon atoms, then it is treated as saturation. That means the organic compound contains only carbon and carbon single bonds, then the compound is saturated compound. If the compound having carbon carbon double bond or carbon carbon triple bond, then it is called as unsaturation. If the compound having carbon carbon single bonds, then you can write N. If the compound having carbon carbon double bond, then you can write ene. For carbon carbon triple bond, you can write ine. For example, if the organic compound contains more than one double bond, for example, this molecule contains two double bonds. So in this case, you can write di before the ene. For example, in place of double bond, the triple bond is present, then you can write di before the ion. If the molecule contains three double bonds, then you can write triene. If the molecule contains three triple bonds, then you can write triene. So if the molecule contains more than one double bond, then you can add before the ene di, tri, tetra, penta. So if the molecule contains four double bonds, you can add tetraene. So this is about primary suffix. Now I am moving to secondary suffix. So secondary suffix is the most important part in this formula. So here secondary suffix tells about functional group present in the organic molecule. Already you learned almost all functional groups. Here ROH, it is an alcohol. If the molecule contains alcohol, then you can write ol. If the molecule contains aldehyde, then you can write al. For ketone, R C double bond R is called ketone, you can write one. For carboxylic acid, that means R C double bond OH, you can write oic acid. For anhydride, that means R C double bond O C double bond OR, you can write anhydride. For amide, you can write amide. For ester, that means R C double bond OET, you can write OA. For C triple bond N, you can write nitride. So these names are very important because these words tells about which functional group is present in our organic molecule. For example, if anybody asks, write the structure of pentanone, that means it may be 2 pentanone or 3 pentanone. Here, the ending name on indicates this compound contains a keto group and the position of the keto group is 2. So, here the suffix word is very important. So, this is about secondary suffix and primary suffix. So, primary suffix tells about whether the compound is saturated or unsaturated. Secondary suffix tells about functional group present in the organic molecule. Now we are moving to primary prefix. So, primary prefix tells about whether the compound is cyclic or not. If the compound is cyclic or not. If the compound is cyclic, then you can write cyclo before the root word. If the molecule is open chain system, then you can omit this primary prefix. For example, this is cyclic compound, this is another cyclic compound, This is another cyclic compound. Here, these all three compounds are in cyclic manner. So, for these compounds, you can add cyclo. Here, the compound contains 6 carbons and there is no double bond or triple bond. Then you can write ane. So, the name of this compound is cyclohexane. The name of this compound is cyclobutane. This compound is cyclopropane. So, for example, if the molecule is CH3, CH2, CH3. Here there is no cyclic system. Then you can write and omit this cyclo. The name of this compound is propane. Just you can omit cyclo. If the compound is cyclic in nature, then you can add cyclo before the root word. Otherwise, you can omit. This is about primary prefix. Now we are moving to secondary prefix. Secondary prefix tells about substituents present in the organic molecule. It tells about substituents present in the organic molecule. That means, for example, the parent chain contains 4 carbons. For example, if I have to consider one molecule, here in this molecule, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. Here we have another one methyl group, but it does not include in the parent chain. So these groups are treated as a substituents. So these substituents are represented in secondary prefix. So for example, if the substituent is alkyl group, then you can write alkyl. That means, for example, if the substitution is methyl, you can write CH3, you can write methyl. If the substitution is C2H5, then you can write ethyl. So this nomenclature comes from alkane. For example, it is CH4 methane. You have to remove one hydrogen atom, then it is written as methyl. CH3, CH3. The name of this compound is ethane. If you have to replace or if you have to remove one hydrogen, then you can get CH3, CH2. That means C2H5. Means C2H5. So it is ethyl. And some functional groups. Here we take alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, acids, anhydrides, amides, esters, nitriles, and acid chlorides. But our topic is nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbons. Here in secondary suffix we does not include nitro group. In IUPAC nomenclature, some functional groups are not treated as a functional groups. That means those are not included in secondary suffix. Those functional groups are treated as a secondary prefix. That means they are treated as a substituents. Here we have 4 types of functional groups: alkyl halides, nitro compounds, amines, and ethers. These 4 functional groups are treated as a substituents. For example, if the compound having NO2 group, then you can write nitro. For example, if the compound having NH2, then you can write amino. If the compound having OR, then you can write alkoxy. That means, for example, in place of R, if you have to take CH3, that is methoxy. If in place of R, you have to take ethyl, then it is ethoxy. If halogen is present, halo. That means for chlorine, chloro. For fluorine, fluoro. For bromine, bromo. For iodine, iodo. So these 4 functional groups are treated as a substituents in IUPAC nomenclature. Just you take screenshot this table and write down and note down in your book. So by using this tabular column, you can assign the names of organic compounds having one functional group. If the compound having more than one functional group, then the suffixes are, that means, for example, if the compound having CH3, C double bonded O, CH2, CH2, C double bonded OH. Here in this molecule contains two functional groups. One is C double bonded OH, carboxylic acid, C double bonded O, ketone. Here this molecule contains more than one functional group. In this type of compounds, that means polyfunctional group compounds, the prefix, that means the suffixes are, one of the functional group is treated as a functional group and the remaining group is treated as a substituent. That means here we have carboxylic acid and keto group. Here we have two functional groups. So in which one group is treated as a functional group and the other functional group is treated as a substituent. So which functional group is treated as a functional group and which group is treated as a substituent is based on priority rule. That means carboxylic acid greater than, anhydride greater than, esters greater than, acid chlorides greater than, amides greater than, or C triple bond N greater than, aldehyde greater than, ketone greater than hydroxy. So if the ketone is treated as a functional group, then you can write as a secondary suffix as own. But in this molecule, in this preferential order, carboxylic acid is first, after that ketone. So that carboxylic acid is treated as a principal functional group and the remaining keto group is treated as a substituent. Here keto group is substituent, it is not a functional group. If keto group is functional group, then you can write one. But here it is not a functional group, here it is a substitution. So substitution is represented before the root word. That means in the secondary suffix. If the keto group is treated as a substituent, then you can write oxo or keto. If the OH group is treated as a functional group, then you can write ol. For example, in place of C double bonded O, you have to take OH. So this molecule also contains two functional groups. One is carboxylic acid and second one is alcohol. So here alcohol is a substituent because in this preferential order carboxylic acid having most priority. So that alcohol having least priority. So that alcohol is treated as a substituent and carboxylic acid treated as a functional group. So for carboxylic acid you can write oic acid. For alcohol you cannot write ol. You can write hydroxy. You can write hydroxy. For aldehyde, if it is a functional group, then you can write al. If it is acts as a substituent, then you can write formyl. For nitrite, C double bond and you can write cyano. For ester, that means C double bonded O, ET or OR, carb ethoxy, carb alkoxy. So this is for more than one functional group. So this is complete information about IUPAC rules and nomenclatures. In addition to this, you know about a few points to assign the names to organic compounds. That means you have to assign the name to any organic compound. First of all, you have to select the longest chain. First of all, you have to select the longest chain. That is the first rule. Select the longest chain. The second rule is, after the selection of longest chain, if the compound having any functional group, then definitely that functional group is included in the selected chain. And after the selection of longest chain, you can assign the Arabic numbers. You can give the Arabic numbers to the parent chain. And the third rule is, after the numbering, if the compound having any substitution, the locant gets least priority. For example, here I am take one example. This molecule contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So this is the longest chain. If you have to consider as like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this chain also contains 5 carbons, and this right chain also contains 5 carbons. So each chain contains 5 carbons. So if you have to select any one. So if you have to assign numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you have to give the numbering from left to right, this methyl groups get fourth position. If you have to assign the numbering from right to left, this methyl group get second position. So here, which numbering you have to follow? Right to left, it gets 2. Here our rule is lowest number rule. So definitely the numbering is right to left. That means methyl group gets least priority. So that means lowest number. The molecule contains more than one substitution. The molecule contains more than one substitution. Then in that case, you have to follow lowest sum rule. That means if any molecule contains 2 substitutions, so for example, if you have to assign the numbering from right to left, one substitution get 2, another substitution get 4. If you have to assign the numbering from right to left, one substitution get 6, another substitution get 2. Now, just we can add these 2 letters. So if you have to assign numbering from right to left, then you can get 6. If you have to assign numbering from right to left, then you can get 8. So in these two, 6 is the lowest sum. So that you view the numbering as like this. So these are the important rules to assign the nomenclature of organic compounds. Now I am going to take few examples and give the nomenclature based on these favorite carbs and these rules. Here first functional group is alcohol, aldehyde and carboxylic acids. Here I will take CH3, CH2, CHOH, CH2, CH3. So what is the name of this organic compound? So first of all we have start from root word. So root word tells about number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. Here the longest chain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the longest chain and this longest chain contains 5 carbons. So can write the root word is pent. Here this parent chain does not have any carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond. Then you can write En plus no secondary suffix. So secondary suffix means tells about functional group. Here a molecule contains OH group. So can write ol. Here the one important thing is the position of the functional group is very important. Here CH3, CH2, 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 CH2OH. Here in this molecule also we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons and there is no carbon-carbon double bond and here we have an OH group. So the compound name is pent plus A plus 4. Now in this molecule the hydroxy group is at first position because the functional group gets the lowest number, so that numbering starts from this carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now In this molecule, the numbering starts from, for example, left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the hydroxy group, that means alcohol group, get third position. If you have to give the numbering from right to left, then it gets the same number 3. So the compound name is pentanol. That means the OH group is present at third position. So the compound name is 3-pentanol or pentane plus 3-volt. Pentane 3-volt. We have to add primary suffix and secondary suffix. Add primary suffix and secondary suffix. Just you have to omit E when we adding primary suffix and secondary suffix. If the secondary suffix is starts with vowel, then you can omit E in the primary suffix. Otherwise, you can retain. For example, the molecule contains C triple bond N. Then the suffix of C triple bond N is nitrile. So in this, the first word starts with consonant. So in this case, E is retained. If the secondary suffix starts with vowel, then you can remove or omit E in the primary suffix. The name of this compound is 3-pentanol. The name of this compound is 1-pentanol. The next one is terminal functional groups. Here, which functional groups are called terminal functional groups? The functional group which is trivalent are called terminal functional groups. For example, carboxylic acid, OE chloride, or amide, esters, and for C triple bond N. In all the molecules, in all these functional groups, the carbon atom is trivalent. This carbon is connected to 2 double bonds and 1 oxygen bond. So it is trivalent, it is trivalent, it is trivalent, it is trivalent, and it is also trivalent. So these type of functional groups are also C double bonded with aldehyde. These all are simply called as terminal functional groups. If the molecule having terminal functional groups, the numbering starts from that terminal functional group. That means, for example, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3. If the carboxylic acid is present at this carbon atom, here it is the longest chain because it contains 5 carbon atoms. But this carbon chain does not include any functional group, so that we does not consider this is as a parent chain. So the numbering starts at carboxylic acid 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. So here it contains 4 carbon atoms, otherwise it contains also 4 carbon atoms. So you can select any chain, and the remaining group is as a substitute chain. For example, in this molecule, CH3, CH2, CH, COOH, CH2, CH3. In this molecule, the numbering starts from C double bonded O. 1, 2, 3, 4. Longest chain contains 4 carbon atoms. So you can write bute. Here the molecule does not contain any carbon-carbon double bond. Then you can write A, and the functional group is oic acid. Oic acid. And here we remains 1 CH3 CH2. So that CH3 CH2 group means ethyl group, and ethyl group is present at second position. So substituent is add before the root word. So before the root word we have 2 prefixes. One is primary prefix and another one is secondary prefix. So primary prefix tells about cyclic nature. Here the compound is not cyclic in nature, so you can omit primary prefix. Just can add ethyl. So the ethyl group is present at second position. So 2-ethyl plus bute plus A plus oic acid. Compound name is 2-ethyl butanoic acid. Here also the secondary suffix is starts with a vowel, so that we can omit E in the primary suffix. This is one example for carboxylic acid. And CH3, CH2, CH2, C double bond into H, CH2, CH3. No. What is the name of this organic compound? Here, first of all, we set the longest chain. So numbering starts from this carbon. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the chain contains 5 carbon atoms, but the straight chain contains only 4 carbon atoms. So you have to set the this is as a longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the parent chain contains 5 carbons. That means can write pen as a root word. After this, can add A. After that, we can add here the functional group is aldehyde. So that we can add all Al. So before the root word, we can add methyl. So the methyl group is present at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The methyl group is present at third position. So the name of this compound is 3-methyl pentanol. 3-methyl pentanol. So this is the exact name of this organic compound. So as like this, you can practice by take few examples in your textbook and practice by using this table column. Here now our concept is IUPAC nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbons. IUPAC nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbons. So nitrohydrocarbons are usually named by using IUPAC system. Here in IUPAC nomenclature of nitrohydrocarbon, you just use a prefix nitro before the alkane chain. So already we have discussed in this tabular column. So nitro group is present at secondary prefix. So it is treated as a substituent. That is why you can add before the root word and primary suffix. Let us discuss with few examples. CH3 NO2, CH3 CH2 NO2, CH3 CH NO2 CH3, CH3 CH3 CH2 NO2. Here this compound contains only one carbon atom. So what is the root word of this compound? Me plus. Here there is no carbon-carbon double bonds, so you can add A. Here there is no functional group, so just you can omit secondary suffix. Now moving to prefix. So primary prefix tells about cyclic or not. Here the compound is acyclic, so that means you can omit primary prefix. Here we have one NO2, so that you can add nitro before the root word. So the name of this compound is nitromethane. As like the name of this compound is nitroethane. So now what is the name of this compound? Here the longest chain is 1, 2, 3. Here the longest chain is 3 carbons. So you can write pro plus A. Then before the root word you can add nitro. Here the position of the nitro group is very important. Here we have only in this molecule we have only one carbon, so that I am not representing the position of the nitro group. Here in this molecule the compound having only 2 carbons. If the NO2 group is present at this carbon, then the name of this compound is nitroethane. If the nitro group is present at this carbon, then the name of this compound is again nitroethane. But from these three carbon systems, that means organic molecule contains three and more than three carbons, then definitely you can assign the position of the nitro group. Here in this molecule, the nitro group is present at second position. So the name of this compound is 2-nitropropane. Here the compound name is 1, 2, 3. Here I am give the numbering from right to left. But if you have to give the numbering from left to right, this nitro group gets third, 3. So already we discussed. So substituent get the least priority. So that the name of this compound is 1-nitropropane. The compound contains 1-nitropropane. For example, you have to take a compound like this. So what is the name of this organic compound? Here we will observe cyclic ring, and this cyclic ring contains 6 carbon atoms. So for 6 carbon atoms, you can write X. It is a saturated system, then you can write N. Then there is no functional group, then you can omit secondary suffix and can move into prefix. Here we observe a cyclic ring, so that before the root word we write cyclo, and the cyclic system is substituted by NO2 group, so that nitro. Here the cyclic system is substituted by only NO2 group, so that it is the first position, so that we can omit 1-nitro. That means the position is not necessary. The name of this compound is nitrocyclohexane. If the cyclohexane is substituted by any alkyl group or some other groups, then definitely we can give the position of the substituents. So this is about aliphatic nitrohydrocarbons nomenclature. Now we are moving to nomenclature of aromatic nitrohydrocarbons. Now we are moving to nomenclature of aromatic nitrohydrocarbons. Aromatic nitrohydrocarbons. Monosubstituted aromatic compounds are monosubstituted aromatic hydrocarbons are named by prefixing nitro to the arene system. So nitroarene. For example, we have to consider one aromatic system. The simplest aromatic system is benzene. If the benzene is substituted by NO, then what is the name of this compound? Here benzene is substituted by the nitro group, so that the name of this compound is nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene. If the benzene is substituted by more than one nitro group, for example, in this molecule 2 nitro groups. In this molecule also contains benzene ring having 2 NO2 groups. In this molecule also the benzene is substituted by the 2 NO2 groups, but the position of the NO2 groups is different. Here in this molecule 2 NO2 groups are 1, to each other. So that means, for example, the name of this compound is nitrobenzene. So NO2 group is substituted ortho to the NO2 group. So that the name of this compound is ortho dinitrobenzene. Ortho dinitrobenzene. Why? Because benzene is substituted by 2 NO2 groups. That is why can write dinitro. Why we put ortho? Because those two are 1, 2 each other. Or you can write 1, 2 dinitrobenzene. Ortho dinitrobenzene or 1, 2 dinitrobenzene. So the name of this compound is 1, 3 dinitrobenzene or metadinitrobenzene. The name of this compound is para-dinitrobenzene or 1, 4 dinitrobenzene. For so many aromatic compounds, the common names are selected as a. The common names are taken as a IUPAC nomenclature. For example, the benzene is substituted by the NO2 and CH3. So, for example, if NO2 group is not there, the name of this compound is toluene. The common name of this compound is toluene. Here, toluene is substituted by the NO2 group. Then you can write orthonitrotoluene. Or if CH3 group is not present, the name of this compound is nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene is substituted by the methyl group at ortho position. Then you can write orthomethyl nitrobenzene. Orthomethyl nitrobenzene. The benzene thing is substituted by the same methyl group and NO2 group are meta to each other. Then the name of this compound is metanitrotoluene or meta-methyl nitrobenzene. The benzene thing is substituted by the same NO2 and methyl group, and those two are para to each other. Then the name of this compound is para-nitrotoluene or para-methyl nitrobenzene. So these all are common names and which are accepted by the IUPAC system. So in aromatic compounds, for aromatic compounds, so many common names are accepted by the IUPAC systems. So this is about the nomenclature of aromatic nitrohydrocarbons. The benzene is substituted by the more than one nitro group. For example, the benzene is substituted by the 3 nitro groups. Here have one nitro, here one nitro, here one nitro. The name of this compound is trinitrobenzene. Then the positions of the nitro groups at 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3, 5 trinitrobenzene. This is about nomenclature of aliphatic nitrohydrocarbon and aromatic nitrohydrocarbon. I am trying to recollect your previous knowledge in the IUPAC nomenclature, about IUPAC nomenclature. I am write one tabular column. Based on that tabular column, you can assign the nomenclature of any organic compound. Just you can take few examples based on this tabular column, and based on those rules, you can give or can assign the names to organic compound. So, thank you. In the next session, we will discuss about one important concept, that is isomerism and tautomerism and preparative methods of nitrohydrocarbons. After the completion of preparative methods of nitrohydrocarbons, we are discussing about physical properties and chemical properties of nitrohydrocarbons. Thank you.